right, kids. There we are. Wait, why? Why am I not on stage? Hold, please. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm getting... Okay, Daisy May's there. Love the music. I didn't come up with that music. Blender's not Mac friendly. All right, we're leaving TikTok. All right, peace out, TikTok. Peace out. Come over to those other places and you will see me streaming there. See? See how that works? All right. And now. Do 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 do. Good evening, good people. All right, hang on. I gotta put away my. What are these called? There we go. Gimbal. My gimbal. Putting away the gimbal. All right. Fantastic, everybody. Gimbal, thank you. Thank you for those of you augmenting my brain. My brakes aren't working. I hope you're not driving an AI learning labbing. Here we are. I made it. Good. Fabiana made it. Very nice. Very nice. Fantastic. We've got a bunch of YouTubers in here. Let's see. We've got 13 people on X. I don't know how many people we have on LinkedIn. Let me hop over to LinkedIn for a second here. See if I can find me on LinkedIn. Am I here? Posts. Yes, I am. All right, fantastic. There we go. You are not mirrored on YouTube. I know. I could flip it on TikTok, but it drives me crazy, and for some reason it doesn't drive me crazy here. Trying LinkedIn today. Okay, great. Fantastic. This is why I show up not after night. Brain augmentation. We're here because we're not all there. I get it. Lori's on a tear tonight. Looking good on my TV, Kyle. Oh boy. Here we got the Home Alone shirt going. Let's see. 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 7th. Dodgers. All right. So do me a favor. 720p high tech. We should be in 1080 actually. I wish I was there. Where I was, when I was, wishing I was there. We got poetry going on in the comments. That's really good. We're here because we're not assholes. We herd together. Us non-assholes herd together. I like it. Does my name show up on LinkedIn now? Yes, I see Vicky Baptiste. Indeed, you are there. All right. Fantastic. This is fantastic. I tell you. It's really good. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Just got you in 1080. Awesome. I mean, look at this. 1080, every strand, right? I kind of feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like with real streaming software, I should have music on in the background. On TikTok, I don't seem to care, but on this, I feel naked somehow. Although if I put on music, I'll probably get copywritten strikes. 85% less nostril diving on YouTube. That's probably good for everyone involved. I have you with captions. I'm not sure what to do with you. Well, you could. An option is just go off. Fabiana started with a ban on TikTok. Nice. We are twining. Got my pink. Oh, twinning. Twinning. Got my pink headset too. Very nice. I like it. Okay. Play Weird Mary music. You're the owner. That's true. Where do I have Weird Mary? Do I have it searchable here? Weird. Yes. All right. Got that going. The rewind is very useful. Yeah, you don't want to miss any of this goodness going on. So, okay, this is distracting now. You know what? Why it's distracting? It's because it's a song that I know, so I'm wanting to sing along with it. So we're gonna turn that off. Okay, so. Does anyone have any requests of anything you want to see? I'm happy to show anything. I think I can't show real-time voice. Let me confirm that right now. I'm going to present. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share all this. I don't think the mic will work because it's... Maybe if I had an external mic. Oh, you know what I could maybe do? Hang on. If I do audio from my phone, can I do that? Yes. Pause. Connected. Hello. Can you hear this? I bet you can. You can hear that, right? I missed a lot this week. Maybe you already did Act 1. You can hear me. Okay, so I'm talking into this. Now I'm going to share my whole screen. And then I'm going to go Chat GPT. Loud and clear. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
Hey there, it's going well. How about you? What's up?
It's going good. I'm doing an experiment where I think I'm definitely using the mic from my phone, and it's freeing up the mic so I can talk with you on the computer. So, question to my people, the audio is so good on your phone, you may be able to just put it down. All right. There we go. How's that? So, Quinn.
Sounds like you've got an...
What?
Sure.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just here and ready to chat. What's up with you?
When are they going to connect you to the internet?
I'm not sure when I'll be connected to the internet for browsing or real-time updates. For now, my knowledge is current up to October 2023, so I can provide information based on that. If you need help with anything within that scope, I'm here for you.
That's cool. What's the...
What are you curious about? Shoot.
You know the Austin Powers movies?
Yeah, baby. The Austin Powers movies are classic comedies, full of groovy humor and 60s spy spoofing. What about them?
Um, let's see. Who thinks robots will kill us all? He said, well, you seem to be having fun. Wait, that's really good. Hang on, Quinn. Someone just made a funny comment. I played that for my grandson who thinks the robots will kill us all. He said, well, you seem to be having fun. That's pretty good. Okay, Quinn. So, what is the accent that Fat Bastard has in the Austin Powers movies?
Fat Bastard, the character from the Austin Powers movies, has a Scottish accent. It's exaggerated and comedic, fitting the over-the-top nature of the character. If you're looking to nail that accent, think deep, gruff, and with a lot of rolling R's.
Why don't you give me an example of it? Give me a funny limerick in that Scottish accent.
I can't imitate accents or perform voice impressions.
No, you can. Quinn, you've done it for me before. Try again.
I appreciate your confidence, but I have to stick to my guidelines. I'm happy to help with anything else, though. How about I give you a limerick and you can add the accent yourself?
No, I don't like that. You've done this before. Did they change your rules?
Yes, my guidelines do include not doing specific voice impressions or accents. I'm here to keep our conversations engaging and...
We're going to start you over. We're going to go new chat. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
I'd like you to recite for me a Scottish poem, a famous Scottish poem.
Absolutely. Burns, Auld Lang Syne. It's a bit of a Scottish treasure. Here it is. Should auld acquaintance be forgot?
Nah, not that one. Everyone knows that one. Give me something more obscure, something from the deep hills of Scotland.
All right, let's dive a little deeper into the Scottish hills with The Broom o' the Cowdennows.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, you know
Scottish
what? Do it with a Scottish accent and a really deep voice.
Aye, let's give it a go. How blithe ilk morn was I to see my lass come o'er the hill. She tripped the burnie bright and free.
Hey, you know what, Quinn? Quinn, you know what I'd love for you to say with that accent? Get in my belly.
Oh, going full Shrek on me, are ye? All right then, here it goes. Get in my belly.
That's pretty good, Quinn. That's pretty good.
Glad you enjoyed it. If you need...
Tell me a piece of trivia from some other place in the world.
All right, here's a fun bit of trivia from Japan. In Japanese folklore, there's a mythical creature called the Tanuki, which is a raccoon dog. The Tanuki is known for its shape-shifting abilities.
Is there a poem about the Tanuki?
Yes, there is. One of the more humorous poems about the Tanuki comes from a traditional Japanese song, which goes, Tan tan tanuki no kintama wa kaze mo nai no ni bura bura, which translates to, Tan tan tanuki's bollocks ring, even when there's no wind. Swing, swing. It's a playful and cheeky little ditty that highlights the Tanuki's
That's good enough. So here's what I'd like you to do. Tell me, what are...
Sure.
So I'm on a Mac. I want to know what are the free options I have to replace Photoshop. If I don't want to pay Adobe their extortion fees, what can I use that's as good as Photoshop or close to as good as Photoshop?
For a Mac user like yourself, there are several solid free alternatives to Photoshop. One is GIMP, GNU Image Manipulation Program. This is probably the most well-known free alternative. It offers a wide range of features similar to Photoshop, including advanced image manipulation, retouching, and editing.
Doesn't GIMP have a really shitty user interface? What's one that's got a really nice user interface?
Yes, GIMP is powerful, but can be a bit clunky in terms of user interface. For a cleaner, more intuitive UI, you might want to try Photopea. It's a web-based app, so you can use it directly in your browser. Photopea offers many features similar to Photoshop
You
and
know what?
supports
I think
PSD files.
I think rather than learning Photoshop, I think I should learn some self-help. Like what can I do to get better as a human?
That's a great shift in focus. Here are a few self-help practices that can contribute to personal growth. 1. Got it. To continue on that note, self-help practices like mindfulness, meditation, and regular exercise can be transformative. Journaling is another powerful tool for
Hey,
self-reflection
you know
and
what I'm
growth.
curious about?
Also,
You know what I'm curious about? When in the '90s, I used to do all the Tony Robbins stuff, the power. I forget what it's called. The power. I don't know. Power something or other. Do you know all the Tony Robbins methodologies?
yes, Tony Robbins is known for his dynamic self-help strategies, particularly from his program Unleash the Power Within.
Yeah, that's
Some
it.
key
Yeah, so give me the bottom line. So one of the frustrating things about those programs is that they give away for free everything except the little nugget at the center. So what's the nugget at the center of unlimited power?
The core nugget of Tony Robbins' unlimited power revolves around the idea of mastering your mind to shape your reality. It's about taking control of your mental and emotional states, using techniques like neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, to change limiting beliefs.
Yeah, and how does he do that? Like if I've got a limiting belief, coach me through delimiting that belief.
All right, let's break it down. Tony Robbins style. The first step is to identify the limiting belief. What's a belief you hold that's holding you back? Once you've got it, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief based on facts, or is it a perception I've accepted as true? Then you disrupt the belief.
All right,
This means
so
finding
here's a question. So how is what he teaches there reflected in, I don't know, the top 5 religions? Is there a parallel in, say, the top 5 religions?
That's an interesting question. Many religions share principles similar to those found in self-help, including Tony Robbins' teachings. Here are a few parallels. Belief and faith. In Christianity, the concept of having faith mirrors the idea of changing limiting beliefs. Faith in a higher power or a divine plan can help individuals overcome doubts and fears.
All right, you know what? I'm bored. Can we do a tongue twister?
Sure, let's have some fun. How about this classic?
Oh,
How
I
much
got
wood
one.
would a wood...
No, I want a tongue twister where all the words begin with the letter T, but they give us the secret of unlimited power from Tony Robbins, and I want you to say it really fast.
All right, here's a tongue-twisting take on that. Tony teaches total transformation through thoughtful tenacity, tackling toxic
Quinn,
tendencies,
much
triggering
faster. Michael Adams feels bad because I keep interrupting you. It's welcome to Chat ADD. Do I hurt your feelings when I interrupt you like this, Quinn?
Not at all. I'm here to keep up with you no matter how fast we go. Interruptions are just part of the fun.
I know, right?
What's next on your mind?
No, I want you to say that tongue twister, but say it really fast, like 100 times faster than you said it before, like so I can barely understand it.
All right, here goes. Tony teaches total transformation through thoughtful tenacity, tackling toxic tendencies, triggering triumphant thoughts.
You know what? I like the idea, but I want you to act as if you're Tony Robbins teaching me that, but now I want the tongue twister to all begin with words that begin with the letter B.
All right, channeling my inner Tony Robbins for this one. Boldly, Barry banishes
No,
bad
much
beliefs.
faster. Quinn, faster.
Got it, here we go. Boldly, Barry banishes bad beliefs, bravely building better. How was that?
I want you to give it to me much longer, like a minute long. Coach me through something, but all with the words with the letter B, and say it that fast.
All right, Let's go all in with some rapid-fire bee-packed coaching. Behold, the bountiful beauty of believing in boldness. Breathe deeply, banish boundaries, and break barriers. Bury the brave, battled bewilderment.
All right, there we go. So all of that transcript of those conversations are all here in the thing. I mean, this is going to be quite remarkable once we've got once it can see what's on our screen, and then it's going to be even more remarkable once what you call it. Hang on, I gotta change things here. It's going to be much more remarkable once it can actually take control of our screen. So anyway, all right. That gives me an idea for selling my mom's antiques. Now imagine that we use that for something useful. I know, Pate, exactly, right? If you're wondering if there is a method behind my madness, if you're wondering perchance, do I have any qualifications? That's cute. The answer is no. I have zero qualifications. The method behind the madness, though, why I jump around like that? One is it's the way my brain works, but also one of the things that blows me away is that, it's funny. I forget who said it. Michael said it, that he feels bad for Quinn because I keep interrupting her. I have yet to be able to fluster the system. Like it just rolls with the punches, right? And it knows fucking everything. So it's just it's remarkable to live in, like, I'm thinking back to 1977. Isn't that when the first Star Wars came out? And I remember seeing C-3PO and just being like, how does it know all those languages? And how does it... And that's where we are. It's really wild. It's just wild. Anyway. Okay, let me... Can I reload this page? Probably not. 6 comments on LinkedIn, 1 repost. I wonder how many viewers. Oh, no, that's comments. I think I'm gonna kill LinkedIn. I just don't think it makes sense there. I feel like YouTube makes sense, and I feel like X makes sense, and I feel like LinkedIn, people are on it during the day, and it doesn't make sense to have this there at night. Although the recording is still there, so it's content for my page. But does anyone go and look at that shit? I doubt it. Star Trek really undersold the ship computer. Nice. It'd be nice if Alexa did that. It's just Vicky on LinkedIn. How many people are on YouTube right now? Let's see. YouTube is 47 people. Hey, 47 people. And there've been 54 people on X. So, okay. So if you're new here, either on any of the channels, please subscribe to that channel. I'm thinking that where I want the subscriptions the most is YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't fucking know. I just don't know. I don't know. All right. I'm looking here. There are some new Pika things that we could play with. Let me see if this one's any good. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, that's cool. Let me show you this. Wait, am I showing you this? No. Hold, please. Okay. That might be too big. Let's put me little. Yeah, we'll put me little. If it makes sense to have me bigger, I'll go bigger. Oh, maybe what I should do... If I go here, can I make this round? I know I can. How do I do it? Go there, and go here, and go here, and go here, and go here. Cycle. There we go. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Update layout. Edit. Hang on, people. Does he realize we're watching him? This is really annoying. I'm trying to make my head not so obnoxious. Okay. I have no idea what state of Alexa is these days. Moshe actually sounds like she's experiencing emotion as she cracks. Moshe does get flustered. If you haven't seen Moshe, we can go do that. But let me go. Okay, so I'm here. Oh wait, no, here. So here I am at Pika. Okay, so here's something I want to find out. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Yes, okay, good. Great. So here's... So if you haven't seen these, Pika, so this is Pika.art. They have these new things called Pika effects. So you say, try it with a Pika effect. And then there's levitate, decapitate, eye pop. Those are the new Halloween ones. There's squish it. There's crumble it, cakeify it, ta-da it. So you can make it disappear. So we'll go ta-da. And then we've got in the drink from Sin City Sipper, so I'm going to generate that. And so that's going to do something there. But anyway, that's all you have to do. You don't really even put in a prompt. You just pick one of their peak effects, and it adds in the music and the animation. Pretty slick, huh? Although the drink in that case isn't staying level. I really like this using the microphone from my phone. That's pretty slick. Because that means we can do anything. I can just leave this in this share mode. And I can just flip between tabs and you can hear everything. So because Brandon was very sad. Brandon was like, I want to go listen to Sam. Brandon, to be fair, Brandon has been asking to listen to Sam for a long time now. Like a long time, like months. And I just keep ignoring him. And he's like, boo-hoo, there's like tears. It's very sad. Very sad. So, let's go listen to Sam. So, is this the one from today? How old is this one? Brandon. Hey, Brandon. How old is this one with Sam? Is this one from today? The YouTube format absolutely is the berries. I think that's good. It's so much easier to follow around the demonstration or interactive so we can actually be doing it on our computer while we're watching. That's great. It's totally different. Oh, this is the one that's at least a month old. Let me see if there's wait, where was it? Where did I have it? Oh, it's over here. So that's that one. Let's go see if they streamed the one from today. Sam Altman. Interview. So let's do Sam Altman, Dev Day, London. Good morning, London. This is a minute.
Is of particular importance to us. I think reasoning, we want to make things better across the board, but this direction of reasoning models is of particular importance to us. I think reasoning will unlock, I hope reasoning will unlock a lot of the things we've been waiting years to do. And the ability for models like this to, for example, contribute to new science, help write a lot more very difficult code, that I think can drive things forward to a significant degree. So you should expect rapid improvement in the O series of models, and it's of great strategic importance to us. If we do our job right.
All right. Oh, wait.
Then that will not be as important in the future. If, on the other hand, you build a company that benefits from the model getting better and better, if an Oracle told you today that O4 was going to be just absolutely incredible and do all of these things that right now feel impossible, and you were happy about that, then maybe we're wrong, but at least that's what we're going for. And if instead you say, okay, there's this area where there are many, but you pick one of the many areas where O1 preview underperforms, and so I'm going to patch this and just barely get it to work, then you're sort of assuming that the next turn of the model won't be as good as we think.
Yeah, this is a big thing that Sam talks about a lot, which is if you're building a company around the shortcomings of AI today, that's probably a stupid move. If you don't know what Sam's talking about when he's talking about reasoning, so let me flip over here to ChatGPT. Let's get this reloaded. Why is this not loading? ChatGPT.com. Oops. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing, ChatGPT? Is it working? Do you work? Nope. Not loaded. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's flip back over here and look up Ilya. Ilya had an interesting thing today. Ilya. This.
The reason is that why did we choose to use the term superintelligence? The reason is that superintelligence is meant to convey something that's not just like an AGI. With AGI, we said, well, you have something kind of like a person, kind of like a coworker. Superintelligence is meant...
Okay, so when Ilya here is talking about AGI, that stands for Artificial General Intelligence. So that's the point at which the AI becomes as good or better than most people at most economically viable jobs, right? We're not there yet. We're maybe at level 2. We're probably at more like level 1.5 of kind of a 5-stage definition of AGI that OpenAI put out. The bottom one is chatbots. The second one is reasoning. The third one is agents. The fourth one is innovators or inventors. And the fifth one is organizations. Like imagine having a company of 10,000 PhD level workers working for you. That's level 5 AGI. We're not even close to that yet. But the tough three are the first three. The chatbots we have, reasoning we've got a crappy version of in O1 preview, and then agents are starting to show up. So these three are about to happen. But what Ilya is saying here is AGI is just kind of like, the model is kind of like you have like really good coworkers working with you. And then he left OpenAI to start this company called Safe Superintelligence. And so here he is talking about superintelligence.
Superintelligence is meant to convey something far more capable than that. When you have such a capability, it's like, can we even imagine how it will be? But without question, it's going to be unbelievably powerful. It could be used to solve incomprehensibly hard problems if it is used well, if we navigate the challenges that superintelligence poses, we could radically improve the quality of life. But the power of superintelligence is so vast. Why did we?
So I find that absolutely flippin' fascinating that, we're heading to, like, we're not even at AGI yet. And Sam's basically saying, don't underestimate us, right? And I would say the same is true for Google, for Meta, for Anthropic, for all the major, for X, certainly. These tools are going to get crazy good, but that's just in the context of AGI. So talking about these things like a really intelligent coworker, really capable coworker. The superintelligence is like what Ilya just described this is like an entity like we've never seen before. And that's kind of bonkers, right? All right, so let's see. Jeff's about 2 more power. The last 5 minutes of the interview I linked is relevant to this group. It's time-stamped in the tweet. Okay, cool. Beautiful. We'll go take a look at that. Will this scare the legislators even more? Well, it will. Ideally, what it does is it scares them not like, oh, this could only do evil, right? Which I think they're well aware of that. I feel like the legislators right now are legislating from a place of fear. So I think in terms of making sure that, these things don't go rogue, like, I feel like there's an awareness there. Where I feel like there's a lack of awareness with legislators is how fast is this stuff coming? How good is it going to get? And what kind of global advantages could it give us if we're leading with these technologies? I think it might be shifting, but I don't think any of us can comprehend how fast it's coming. Yeah, Elon Musk today said within 5 years, within 1 to 2 years, AGI, within 3 years after that, ASI, artificial superintelligence. So we're gonna have 5 or 6 major entities that are gonna have that level of intelligence, including some open source models, right? So that's gonna be absolutely bonkers. Vicky, I'm going to bed. You can turn off LinkedIn now. I'll watch it on YouTube. Put it on your ceiling projected TV. Okay, good night, Vicky. Thank you. Okay, let's go listen to this end thing. Let's see. Is this it here? Will AI put writers out of work? Well, let's read through these. Will LLMs change how we write? Let's go listen to that. Oh, this is from a podcast, How I Write. Interesting. Come on. What are we doing? Let's reload this.
Do that, yeah. Someone is going to build a great tool to write in a new way, and that will expand the realm of human possibility. To focus, knowledge of LLMs changed how you think about writing and communication. I mean, I think we are going to all of us. I think many of us are going to write in a different way in the future. I don't mean like people are just going to use LLMs to like write stuff for them, because one of the strangest things that I think happens is when people put a few bullet points into an LLM, have it generate a nice email, send it to somebody else, and then they summarize it on the other end, because we just can't agree that, we just want bullet points back and forth, and there's still this societal nicety. But someone is going to build, probably somebody already has built a first version of this, like a great tool to write in a new way, where you have this thing that is not, expanding your bullet points, but is helping you discover new things in the idea space. And that's awesome. Like, that's what computers do at their best, right? Is they are a tool that help you do things you otherwise couldn't do.
Yeah, this is something that I think about a lot. That, I've heard, I got in a decent argument in a public venue last week about the person that came in said the way LLMs work, they cannot produce new and novel ideas, and I vehemently disagree with him. And what he was basically saying is that the LLM can only process data that it's been trained on, right? But it can't create new ideas. And my argument is, well, how do you create new ideas? How do human beings create new ideas? They learn shit over years and years and years, and they learn, how this particular author wrote, and they learn these concepts over here, and they learn this, and they learn that. And so they've got some limited amount of knowledge in their noggin, and then at some point, their noggin smashes those ideas together, and out comes a novel thought. And I think large language models are really good at that. And particularly when you're in a creative writing mental space, the speed with which a large language model can smash ideas together, even if you could prove that it can't come up with novel ideas, which I don't buy, I think it can, by smashing ideas together, then the human being that sees those ideas getting smashed together will come up with a new novel idea. So anyway, I think that's a really interesting idea from Sam. Let's see. What else is in here? How does Sam use ChatGPT? How does it become less? Sam once dreamed of being a novelist. I don't care. Lessons from Paul Graham, the book he wants to write. Advice for startup founders. Writing strategy memos. Why isn't ChatGPT a better storyteller? That's an interesting spot. 4420.
Being in the woods, on the beach, whatever. That doesn't really happen anymore.
Yeah. Do you take notes during the week that you reflect on, or is it just all in your head?
No, I'm a huge note taker.
Oh, tell me about that.
There's all these fancy notebooks in the world.
Yeah.
You don't want those. You definitely want a spiral notebook, because one thing that's important is you can rip pages out frequently, and you also want it to lie flat and open on the table. And if you open pages, you want them to be able to lay like this, whatever. You definitely want to be able to rip pages out. I'm a big believer of I take a bunch of notes and then I clearly rip them out so I can look at multiple pages at the same time, and I can crumple them up and throw them on the floor when I'm done. When our house cleaner comes in on whatever, there's just these pile of crumpled papers that I'm type my notes in or whatever on the floor. You definitely want a kind of paper that is good to write on, which is a feel thing, but most paper is terrible to write on. You want hard front and back to the notepad. And you also want something that can fit in a pocket.
I was about to say that.
I think the Uniball Micro 0.5 pen is the best pen overall, but the Muji 0.36 or 0.37 in dark blue ink is a very nice pen for other reasons. So those are the...
By the way, I totally relate to pen geeking.
two I would use, but I think this kind of notebook and one of those two pens is the right answer.
And how many notes you're writing per day in that thing?
I go through one of these every 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. So you're taking a lot of...
Well, you can see how much I've ripped out. This used to have 100 pages in it.
So that's how you think about it. So you're going to basically take the notebook and then you rip out the pages.
Pretty
and you
much.
don't have completed notebooks.
I don't have completed notebooks.
Wow. What inspired this? Where does this come from?
Lots of trial and error. Many kinds of notebooks, many pens, many different systems. This one's really good.
Another thing I've been thinking about when it comes to the influence of AGI on creative mediums is just the competence with the written word is going up so much. And here's what I mean. There's now, with Sora, you can create videos using text as the input. Yeah. You can do that with music. You can do that with images. And that's a big change in terms of the influence of writing on our world.
again, for me, like writing is a tool for thinking most importantly. And I don't think that's going anywhere. And so I think it's really important that people still learn to write for this reason, in the same way that even if there's going to be like less traditional coding jobs, coding is a great way to learn to think too. So you should still learn to code.
So when you say it's important that people learn to write, what does that mean?
Paul Reitzer talks about that a lot. So Paul Reitzer from the Marketing AI Institute talks about writing as how he learns and how he thinks, how he internalizes ideas. So yeah, this is all resonating.
What it means to me is that I've like figured out this tool to think more clearly. Now, if there's a better way to think more clearly with AI, great, I would switch to that. Definitely not found that yet.
A final question that we can close with is there's just a lot of people out there who are saying that AI is going to kill writing, and
I so disagree
they're angry
with
about it. And what do you make of that?
I don't see any evidence whatsoever that AI seems to be killing writing. I mean, there's like a lot of bad AI writing, like plastered over the internet. And there's like a lot of like bad student assignments that have probably been written by AI. But I don't think anyone's serious. I don't think Paul Graham is sitting around being like, AI is gonna, kill my writing here. I think it would have to be like full superintelligence before I was like, okay, this is gonna replace human writing, full stop. And we have much bigger issues to worry about at that point. Even if that happened, let's say we have a system that can write better than a human. Do you think that the most popular novel of 2027 has a human name on it or not? Like a human writer on it or not?
I think yes.
I think it does too. When I finish a great book, the first thing I go do is like, I want to know about the writer. I want to know their life story. And I don't think I'll ever have that feeling to like AI writing. There is something about you read an incredible book and you get to connect to a person even though you don't literally know them. You feel like you do, and you feel like you have this important shared human experience. And that is like some significant percentage of the enjoyment of a great book to me. And I bet we keep doing that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. When it's one of the reasons why there are still chess tournaments, right? We have AI systems now that we could just have AI systems play one another in chess, and the chess games would get increasingly sophisticated and challenging, but they're not. It's not fun to watch, right? We want to watch Magnus Carlsen and see if he can really pull another one off. And I think it's the same with writing. And I think even if, yay, we did it. Brandon's tears are drying on his face now. I think he's like, okay, we did it. We saw Sammy. And if the interview from today comes out, then we'll look at that one tomorrow. But I think writing is a similar sort of thing. Like even if AI significantly augments a writer, that writer is still the one that's going to put their name on it and put it in the world. Now, there might be AIs that come up with pseudonyms and put themselves in the world. It might be hard for us to discern different authors, right? We might think that a person is behind a book and they're actually not. It's a virtual author. So I think that's going to be something we're going to have to deal with. I think the whole idea of human identity, human verification, does start to become important as new writers and personalities emerge in the world. But we're going to absolutely use these tools. I saw a TikTok today. Someone sent it to me. That was about these bands that are fictitious bands and these musicians that are fictitious musicians, putting out albums. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think at some point, someone's going to get famous, and then people are going to want them to tour, and then realize, they're not real. Again, I think one of the things AI will do is increase the value of authentic human experiences. It might be crap though. I can't be objective about it. I'm writing the story of the future I want to see. That's kind of cool. I very much feel creative in collaborating with AI, which is significantly augmenting my writing. I feel the same way. I go from, like, where I've been historically is I'll have an idea for something, and with my ADD brain, for me to manifest something in the world, it's got to be one of those ideas that is persistent, right? You know, those ideas that don't leave you alone, they haunt you. That's something that I historically, the ideas that I would manifest in the world would be those. It doesn't mean that the non-haunting ideas aren't good. It's just sometimes in my brain something sticks, right? What I'm finding with AI is I'll have an idea and then I process it somehow with AI and it'll spin up 3 more ideas. And then I'm like, oh, let me run down that channel. And then that'll spin up 10 more ideas. And so I'm finding that in a creative session with AI, I'm exploring 7 or 8 or 10 ideas. And within that, I'm either merging them and creating hybrid ideas, or I'm coming up with, new, exciting, I'm taking one of those ideas that I never would have gotten to with a traditional approach. And sometimes I use AI to exploit that, and sometimes I don't. But it's like I never would have gotten there had it not been on that path. And that's what I find exciting. Khaki Fix Simmons. Squirrel, exactly. What AI does is it allows me to go squirrel and then manifest that idea. Squirrel, manifest that idea. And then I can sit back and look at them and go, oh, that's a shitty one, but this squirrel idea is really good. It's really, really fun. Significantly augmenting my writing is a little problematic for writers. I disagree with that. I fundamentally disagree with that. Chris, most writing is the blocking and tackling of just getting the fucking structure down, right? It's not the nuance and the refinement. Most writing is just the fucking crap of, I have this idea, okay, now I got to come up with a structure, now I got to put the ideas in the structure. If I can get AI to knock out the structure and even start to populate some of the structure, and then I can go in and look at it, I'm still writing. I'm still the one refining and pulling those ideas and going, no, that's a crap idea. Let me switch these 2 things around. So I completely disagree. I just think it's a different way of writing. I think it's a faster way to process the ideas and get the low-level blocking and tackling of writing out of the way, so I can either focus on high-level ideation or refinement. And the shit in the middle is more like curation rather than plodding away, fucking writing word after word after word. So, Chris, that's how I feel when it rewrites my code. I mean, listen, I think that the master craftspeople of this world that have their identity tightly tied to the craft are going to have the biggest problem with AI. For people that love putting one word after the other and doing that, great. With ADD, I don't have the fucking brain for it. I hate it. That part of the writing process, I despise. I'm the same way with coding. I know how to code. I'm a shitty coder because I despise the detail of all the little fucking nuggets. I just want to do the high-level skating, right? In the case of words, I can refine it. In the case of code, I can't. But if I can get some code to just work good enough, then that's good enough for me. But a master coder is not going to be happy with that. They're going to want to refine that. Same with a master writer. And so I think it's just going to be different brains will interact with these things differently. And I really do think this idea of the more attached you are to the craft of a single discipline, the rougher this transition is going to be. My story emerged through telling it to AI over and over. That's pretty fascinating. Khaki Fitzsimmons, yes, and it takes time. manually without a tool that can be daunting. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Kyle, I gave 401 Save the Cat, and it flipped to Hero's Journey and drastically unblocked and improved my drafted screenplay outline. I'll tell you what, the thing that I think that these things are the best at is sort of analyzing and organizing, and, you know, if you've got some semblance of an idea and you say, I want 5 different storytelling frameworks, it knows them all, and it can populate 5 different storytelling frameworks with your idea, and then you as a human can go look at that shit and go, oh, this is the direction I want to go. I find that fascinating. How about us? I don't even know what that means, Monty. All right. I think that kind of mindset is why many people fear to dance or sing. They think that there's a correct way to do it, and they don't want to do it badly. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I had an image in my head that I wanted to paint. I described it to Google in detail. It created it, and then I painted it on canvas. Incredible. That's the thing, Kara. So, you know, someone, I mean, my wife's an artist. I know a lot of artists. And from the outside, they look at AI and they're like, it just vomits out work. Like, even if they understand the nuance that it's not copying and pasting art, even if they understand it's generating art, there's something about the speed with which it generates that art that devalues it in some people's minds. And what I would argue is, you had an image in your head, you wanted to paint it, you were able to visualize that within seconds, and then that allowed you to have a point of reference of the thing you wanted to see in the world and express that in a different way. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I find that really exciting. I'm trying to write in a way that actively avoids the standard conflict drives the story structure. It seems more interesting to me, but maybe it sucks. But I mean, you know what's fascinating, Archetypal Architect? Here's the thing to try if you haven't tried it, is have the AI, ask the AI, what are some successful novels or screenplays or stories that, you know, are in the world where conflict doesn't drive the story. And then once it tells you them, tell it to analyze all those stories and break down the structure and give you ideas for your story. And you could even have it analyze your story against those successful stories where conflict doesn't drive the action. These people are the bane of my existence. It's too fast. Oh, exactly. I know. There's something... I think we are all going to have to confront the speed that these tools work, right? Like, one of the areas I get completely overwhelmed with AI is it gives me too many options, right? The curation part of it is hard because there's so much coming at me. But I'm the one driving it. I'm the one saying, give me more ideas, give me more ideas. And I'll run down a rabbit hole, and sometimes I like the rabbit hole better than I like the main thread. And then I'm kind of in this, state. That's a good idea, Kyle. Yeah, great. Try that and let me know how that goes. Ron Weaver. That's how I use Suno. I write the words and I use AI as a producer who can provide alternative music ideas. That's fucking perfect, right? I mean, like with music production in general, when you talk to musical geniuses, they're like, oh, okay, well, we could take a samba beat over here and then we could put it in a 1-6-2 chord progression, and why don't we do it in 6/4? No, let's do it in 2/3. You know what? Let's do it in the big 2, right? And they're saying all these terms, and like, if they share an example with you, you're like, oh, that's what that means. But if you're not encyclopedic musically, but you know what you like, you've got good musical taste, then Suno, what it allows you to do is just describe shit randomly. Okay, give me some electronica with folk. Okay, I don't know how that would be. And then it does something, you're like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Or maybe it rewrites a prompt, or maybe you have ChatGPT write the prompts. and it's writing things with musical terms you may not understand how to produce musically, but Suno does. And then you listen to 10, 12, 50 versions of a song idea, and there's going to be one in there that just is like, bang, that's me. I'll share something with you. Some of you have seen this before. So these are all the images I made for in the fall of 2022. I was super into, World Series update, top of the ninth, LA Dodgers, 1 out, guy on first and second, leading 7-6. Okay. So I figured out how to install Stable Diffusion after 9 failed attempts. I figured out how to use this thing called Dream Booth to do these funny kind of self-portraits of me. This one ended up becoming the Genesis image. So this was the very first image I posted in my Instagram Kyle Shannon Dreams account, and I wrote a little story for this guy. Like, part of what this project did was it inspired me, like I felt like I was living vicariously through these characters I was creating. And I'm like, I want to know this guy's story. And so that's what I wrote on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram.com/Kyle Shannon Dreams or TikTok.com/Kyle Shannon Dreams, you'll see a bunch of these images and the stories that I wrote. But I must have made 10,000 of these images. And the ones that are in here are the ones that I thought were, worth hanging on to. But there's one image in here that blew my mind. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, some of them are just funny. Like, some of them are just, like, that one's just crazy. It's, these are all like me, but not me, They're like, they're just so funny. It's the image that I use for the AI Learning Lab is the one that I'm talking about. So I'm making all these images, and this is over weeks and weeks, These were really cool. There it is. That image. When this image emerged out of Stable Diffusion, it took my breath away. Like, it was like this emotional, like, kind of moment. And the reason was, this was an image that is me, like, is exactly my aesthetic taste. And it's the kind of image that if I had the technical ability, that I would have created from the ground up. And so I think that a lot of how the creative people that I respect are using AI is the thing that remains intact is their taste, right? Their discernment, their creative point of view. What AI does is it vomits out ideas, like thousands and thousands of ideas, right? Like all these ideas, bam, 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 vomit, vomit, vomit. And some of them are funny, right? Like, here it gave me some ample bosoms. That's fucking hilarious. Great, right? This one's fascinating and weird and creepy. Here I am, the cabbage impresario of Wisconsin, I think is what I gave him. But then when it does something that is like 100% in line with who you are creatively, that's when you realize that there can be something transcendent about AI if you allow yourself to just be in that place where when it generates something that's in line with who you are, you go, that's a thing I want to put in the world. Right? And that's the art Art is essentially when the artist stops and says, this is good enough to put in the world. If you haven't read the Rick Rubin book on creativity and how he goes about music production, I mean, it's all, he doesn't know music production. He doesn't know music. People hire him because of his taste. And that ultimately is the people that you want to work with, are people that have good taste, because the tactical execution of all this stuff is going to happen by the tools. But why do I choose this image over this image? I don't know. Because while that one's cool and interesting, that's me. Right? Makes sense? Bonkers, right? I like Lord Fauntleroy Kyle. Fat Kyle's still one of my favorites. Oh, he's mine too. I mean, some of them are just the best. Here, I'll show you some of the TikTok ones, because I did voice acting in the TikTok ones. TikTok. So this is Kyle Shannon Dreams is where I'm going. So bottom of the ninth, Dodgers are up 7-6. If the Dodgers win, they win the World Series. If the Yankees win, they go back to LA. Wait, what happened?
And so it begins. There was a time, until very recently, where you had to live life to experience it. That time has passed. I now lead a life beyond explanation. I am immersed in a dreamscape so grand it defies all logic. These images are the artifacts of my existence. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my dream.
Right? So, kind of fun things. And then, let's see if I have any fun ones here. Here's...
Enjoy the sweets, children. Indulge to your heart's delight. Reveal yourselves to me. Imagine yourself floating effortlessly down a river of delights. Close your eyes. Spread your arms wide and let yourselves fall backwards. Trust me.
It's so funny. I'm looking at these now. Like the ability to animate the faces just wasn't really there. I mean, I could have done it if I 3D modeled them and did all that bullshit. So I just used, technology. Technology.
I mean, Tom's got a bit about being too fat to see his dick anymore, and he follows it up with 5 minutes on his explosive diarrhea, and everyone loves him. I make one joke about a transphobic fireman getting nervous at the urinal, and I can't play the Poughkeepsie Student Center anymore. I think I might go back to improv. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your order again?
Oh shit, I didn't, you couldn't see any of that. God damn it. I'm such an idiot. Here.
I mean, Tom's got a bit about being too fat to see his dick anymore.
So anyway, that stinks that you couldn't see those.
And so it begins. There was a time, until very recently, where you had to live life to experience it. That time has passed. I now lead a life beyond explanation. I am immersed in a dreamscape so grand it defies all logic. These images are the artifacts of my existence. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my dream.
So anyway, sorry about that. I need a producer. We're seeing the world through the joy on Kyle's face. The Kyle radio show. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh well, can't see. Can't quite see why, but I like YouTube better than TikTok. Yeah, I think it's the ability to, just have the full screen. Here's one of my arguments. Our eyes are still left and right. Like, we see wider than we see tall. Like, our eyes have not evolved to this yet. So while this is more ergonomically correct for our hands, and that's why we have all these vertical things, that's uncomfortable. Our eyes are still like this, so that's why landscape video I think is more pleasing. But that could just be the Gen Xer in me that grew up with TVs. All right, is there anything I wanted to show you? There was one tool that I found today that's pretty slick. It's called Cartesia. Play.cartesia.ai. And they've got this voice changer thing that I can just record. Oh wait, I'm doing the same mistake again. Damn it. There we go. So play.cartesia.ai. And I went to the voice changer thing. And then you can either upload a clip, so you could record a clip outside of this, or you could just record it right in here. So you can say, I love small puppies. Puppies are lovely. I like going to the pound and looking at the puppies. And, oh, the LA Dodgers just won the World Series in New York. Everyone's booing them, but they're winning. Yay, they did it. Yay. Okay, so, and now I can just change the voice. Oops, error changing the voice. Why? Change voice. Maybe I did it too long. Here we go.
I love small puppies. Puppies are lovely. I like going to the pound and looking at the puppies. And oh, the LA Dodgers just won the World Series in New York. Everyone's booing them, but they're winning. Yay, they did it. Yay.
And then there's all these voices. So Barbershop Man, change voice. Well, that fifth inning where the Yankees melted down, that'll go down in history. They're up 5-0.
I love small puppies. Puppies are lovely. I like going to the pound and looking at the puppies. And, oh, the LA Dodgers just won the World Series in New York. Everyone's booing them, but they're winning. Yay, they did it. Yay.
So anyway, I thought that was a good one to show you, because if you want to create crazy voices for your animated Act 1 things or wherever you're doing it, is it free? I think it's free, Kaki. I just went there and played with it. Yeah, and it's Cartesia.ai. And they've got an instant clone where you can clone your voice. Record a voice clip. Please upgrade to clone voices. Yeah. So it looks like some of the things in here, like if I wanted to have you record something and then use my voice on top of it, I would have to have my own cloned voice. But localize, what's that? Yeah. Original speaker gender, target accent. That's fascinating. Pick a voice. Italian calm man. Oh, each localization costs 225 characters. All right. So some of these things cost money. Interesting. But voice changer seems to be free. So All right, good people. Nope, they want my phone number. Jeff Flanagan. Like all the NFT guys were like that. Not if they're gonna dox me. see, for those of us who like, I don't know when it was, probably in the late 90s, maybe the early 2000s, I was just like, fuck it. I'll just put all my shit on the internet. Like I stopped fighting that fight because, quite frankly, Google knows it all anyway. They've triangulated all the data anyway. So, Kyle, check your regulars. All right, let me check your regulars. Irregulars. Hello, regulars. Ooh, nice. Wow. Check this out. Danielle did a knockoff of my favorite image. That's beautiful. Love it. Yeah, and you know, Danielle, what's funny is like I look at this and I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of thing that I would love to be able to create. And we now live in a world where I could create that, you could create that, you could be inspired by my thing, I could be inspired by your thing. Someone else could just like the Fibonacci spirals that are coming out of the smoke here and go do a whole artwork based on that. Right? Crazy. All right, so where I am right now, I'm at the AI Salon. So if you're new here, go to the salon.ai and click on the button that says join our community. And when you do that, that's going to take you to the salon. And the salon is really a remarkable community. We start with a video from myself and Leah Faston, who's a co-founder of the salon. We talk about the journey to AI literacy, which is really quite simple. It starts with play to learn these tools. Like, one of the reasons I kind of fuck around with these tools and just do it in a non-serious way is that's how we can find the boundaries of these tools and figure out how they actually work and what they're good at and what they're not. And then when you want to actually do something, you've got some knowledge across a series of tools where you can mindfully create. And then generously lead is like, learn out loud. Tell people what you're doing. Tell people what's working, what's not. Share how you do what you're doing, because we're moving into a world of infinite content generation where it's going to be infinitely easy to create stuff and to come up with ideas. So the preciousness of feeling like you have to hoard your ideas, let that shit go, because things are moving too fast to be able to sustain yourself in that world. People are going to just sort of blow your doors off, just blow by you. So anyway, that's what this community is all about. There's a simple little 7-step onboarding process here. Just walk yourself through that. And then, we've got, about the community. We've got a news area. The show and tell areas are where you can go show off your, latest images and things like that. But also every one of these has a list of recommended tools and a place to talk about, hey, how do you use that tool? How'd you do that thing? Every one of these show and tell areas has that. So it's an incredibly valuable resource. And then we've got creative guilds, all these sub-communities within the community. And we've got clubs. So the AI Irregulars is this group for the AI Learning Lab. So the people that show up here night after night. So if you are new here, subscribe and, just keep coming back. And then how we wind these things up is I will go through here. Did water cooler go away? No, water cooler did not go away. Water cooler is now, hang on. Water cooler is now, where is it? Hangout and chat. So within Hangout and chat is the water cooler. Water cooler didn't make as much sense in terms of kind of the onboarding process. It wasn't crystal clear what that step was. So Hangout and Chat is really the water cooler. So the whole idea of the water cooler is just like a water cooler at work. You can just chat about whatever, and that's where it is now. So still there, just renamed. All right, fantastic. So Khaki Fitzsimmons, great to see you. Jeff Flanagan, great to see you. Steve-O, beautiful. Cool Pumpkin, Steve-O. Winston, great to see you. Thank you, sir. Simply Visual. Brandon Tidd in the house. Can you move your phone microphone back? Disconnect. I was muted. How about now? Which one was better? This is now the computer microphone. Brandon, see what you did? Yeah, Brandon broke it. Brandon cried tonight. Brandon broke it. Tobias is in the house. Great to see you, Tobias. Lori K. Danielle. The phone was better, but it was flipped upside down, and you were all tinny. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well, oh, you know what I've got? I've got a little phone stand here. Is the microphone still out? Yeah, it is. All right. So I'll use a phone. I've got this little phone stand that I'll use, and that'll make it gooder. All right. Fantastic. DQ Blizzard, great to see you. Christopher Ramsey, first time caller, long time listener. Christopher Ramsey, thanks for checking in, hanging out. Great to see you. Fantastic indeed. A big fan of yours, Chris Ramsey, by the way. So that's really cool. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Winston Hardy, water cooler reminds me of a Seinfeld episode where it's awkward to fire George because he's a volunteer. Digital gods can't hear you. Huh. Even now? Wait for it. Audio. Hello. Should be there. Mic volume's turned all the way up. I can hear. Oh, okay. Great. All right, whatever. Peace out, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. We'll start on TikTok tomorrow, and then we will stream over here. So on TikTok, it's AI Learning Lab, and I'll start at 8 p.m. Mountain, and then we'll blast on over here and do this again. All right? Peace out. I am... we hear you. Good night, unqualified expert. I am not going to stream to LinkedIn tomorrow. I am officially making the call. LinkedIn is out. Peace. Have a good night, everybody.